to. Today on Media Litter Sandwich.
We're at TromaDance Detroit, and we're talking to filmmakers. We're talking to sort of a Clerks movie group, and we're talking to Flit Rats making YouTube videos, horror, and having blood all over them. Like some interesting stories there.
And the old stripper.
Yeah, an old stripper documentary.
Yeah.
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich, where media creators talk about the world around creating media. So that includes entrepreneurship, that includes filmmaking, that includes why we're at a film festival today. Mark, where are we?
Oh, we're at TromaDance Detroit.
Right, I'm Toaden from Toaden.com, and of course, Media Litter Sandwich from MediaLitterSandwich.com. With me is Mark from
CrazyMark.com.
And today, well, we have several people we want to interview, some people who actually have movies playing today, and we were not expecting a stage, so this is actually really, really cool.
Thank you, Ann Hall. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ann Hall. Thank you, TromaDance Detroit and Terrence. We had an episode with Terrence, probably came out about a month and a half ago, or at least when this is coming out, it would have been like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And of course, we're on most people's favorite podcast, and we also air on DV Radio, Dysfunctional Veterans Radio. That's right, veterans like us for some reason. So we actually air every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern on dvradio.net, where we are in the chat room where we talk to a bunch of our veteran buddies. So anyone that comes up here, if you are a veteran, please say something. I will not ask you about anything about your service. We just like to know. That way our veteran listeners know that we pay attention to them because they're awesome. And also, I also do a little veteran podcast called Dysfunctional Discussions sometimes.
Yeah, disgruntled discussions. Yeah, you got to watch out. They open up there like a bunch of drunk sailors, and snowflakes will melt.
Sure. All right, so let's go open this up to our first interview. Buy, sell, trade. Go ahead, come on up. You could do whatever you need to do to this microphone. And our awesome audio guy could change some things up if he needs to, or if he needs me to change something, just yell at me.
Film, yeah, buy, sell, trade here.
Yeah, go ahead and move it if you need to move it.
Dance, man.
We can get close like a duet.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Yeah, hi, my name's Brandon Giles.
I'm Corey Hearns.
And we're the co-directors of Buy, Sell, Trade, which just played about 15 feet away. So if you missed it, you didn't put a lot of effort into seeing it, because it is 15 feet that way. I'm just kidding. So thank you for having us on here. This is great.
So, so for those that didn't see it, thing that came to my mind, best way to describe it was Clerks.
Oh, it's Clerks. Yeah,
It's Clerks 3.
It's Clerks 3.
It's the Clerks that we were promised but never got.
Right. Yeah. So Clerks had a huge impact on me when I was younger, just like kind of everybody our age, kind of. And so I was trying to throw together a script idea for something that you can actually shoot, because there's always a whole bunch of great ideas for films, but you don't have the means to shoot them. So comedy, it's cheap. Clerks was cheap, so let's make Clerks, but let's do it in a video game store, and let's just kind of put our spin on it, and that's what we did.
So let me ask you, were you shooting at this like a fan film?
No, it's not so much a fan film. I think if it was more of a fan film, we would have had two actors play Jay and Silent Bob and just completely acknowledged it. This was more like we acknowledged it, and like there's a scene where we the milkmaid scene where I look directly at the camera. It was just us saying, "Yep, this is what we're doing." But no, it was our first film. Like this is one of our, and we're really proud of it. I really liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I hated it. Don't see it. You should have stayed 15 feet away from it.
Okay, so you filmed at a a buy, sell, trade video game store, pretty much.
Yep.
How'd you get that location, or was it something else and you just dressed it up?
No.
That's the location we filmed during store hours.
Yep, we filmed during.
Brandon actually.
Go ahead, take a step up to the microphone. Are you hearing him, Brad?
What?
Okay.
We met in that store one night, actually, and that's where we ended up filming the movie. We're friends with the owner, and he just let us film during store hours. And
Yeah. Which was annoying. That was really annoying.
That's crazy. They let you film during store hours. Was it busy?
It was kind of busy. Sometimes you'd just be like, in a take and you're trying to do something, next thing you know, beep, 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 and you're just like, oh, it's a customer. And they're just like, you guys work here? And we're just like, no.
What are you looking for?
What do you want?
Yeah, because I once filmed in a storage facility, and that was open at the time, which is a fantastic place if you ever need a set. You know, if you could just get several storage lockers, because you could have a set in each one if they're big enough. And so we're filming like a zombie apocalyptic thing there, and there's people came up that weren't very happy we were there, and they actually end up punching the manager of the place. They were, and they also got the weirdest call from corporate, corporate called because they said they got the weirdest complaint they ever got because there were monsters and people with guns running around.
Dude, I was about ready to ask you there, for your location, if it was
Yeah.
in Midland, because it looks exactly like a place in Rose City that's a combination video store, tanning salon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is just somebody throwing a Hail Mary for a small business plan.
Well, for a video,
That's somebody going, oh God, we're not selling any. Can we swear or no? Can we
Get a 10.
You
know?
can.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, I should have clarified that before I was about to. But yeah, Hail Mary for sure.
Right
I hope it
on,
works
right
out
on.
for him.
But yeah, in Midland then, right?
Yeah, in Midland, yep.
Did you go outside of Midland for any shoots?
No.
Shots? Any
No,
cutaways?
that was all within Midland, just like Brandon's dad's house, his neighbor's house, the video game store, and that's about all the spots.
Yeah.
And you acted in it as well.
Yeah,
How was that? Are you director, writer, what?
Yeah, so I co-directed and co-wrote it,
Okay.
and I wasn't going to be in it, but we had we didn't
A falling
have- We had a
out?
falling out is the best way to
Okay.
put it. The kid that we got to play Carl in it, who we originally casted in it,
He wasn't funny.
he wasn't.
Carl wasn't funny.
He wasn't funny.
Sick of your shit, Carl.
Yeah.
There's always a Carl.
Yeah, so we watched the dailies, and I was just like, we can't show our parents this. This isn't. This is not.
So you actually filmed with Carl.
Yeah, day and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
His name wasn't Carl. The character who I played Carl in it, and he was gonna play.
Oh, I don't
my
care. I'm
character.
calling this guy Carl.
Yeah. He was a Carl. His name should be Carl.
Yeah.
I got a question here for you. Oh, during all your shooting, what were your biggest screw-ups? I mean, the things that really set you back and made you want to go out.
Casting Carl was the biggest
you go.
screw up
Made
that we
you wanna
had.
drink it
No, actually it was. I think miscasting that was really bad because we lost 3 days of shooting because we shot for 3 days with him.
Okay.
So-
Right
Wow.
Yeah. So.
That
yeah.
all that makeup footage, man, that really drives up the budget. I mean, was it a
Okay, let's talk about the budget. I want to
was it a 4
know.
or 3-digit budget?
Budget.
2-digit?
The budget was the pizza we ate.
Oh, okay.
We
See,
bought
that's cool. It's
and
French making
bagels.
it. Yeah.
And bagels.
Okay.
And those eggs we stole from your dad's fridge.
Yeah.
Those cost something.
Yeah.
So
So
why was it black and white? Because you're shooting digital. The reason Clerks was black and white because they used film.
we shot black and white because if you're ever in Roadrunner games in Midland, their walls are bright neon green and bright neon blue. So.
So you could have a ton of chroma key and it would have been
Yeah, man.
hilarious.
Yeah, or you could have gone for the Pee Wee Playhouse motif.
Yeah, and well, I don't know.
See, well, he doesn't have an answer no more.
It's really just another nod to Clerks. I
Really,
guess.
just
Right.
yeah, we're just like fuck it, go all in.
You're
We're
like,
just going
we
all
don't know how to white balance, so this will help offset that.
in. White balancing neon green is still neon green, no matter how
Yeah.
well you white balance it. It's still that's a bright ass wall. to look at.
I used to
green
film a
kills
podcast.
That meter.
I used to film a podcast in a room that had Pepto-Bismol pink walls.
Oh, my God.
Could not white balance. You will be red, no doubt about it.
Right. So yeah. Any other issues that we had with it? No, not really. We casted the extras because they were shopping there, and
Did you make them sign anything, or did they know they're on camera?
no, yeah, we just acknowledged. Well, actually, at the end of the milkmaid scene take, a kid walked in, and that was an actual customer walking into the store, and he came in at the perfect time because the take was over anyway.
Uh-huh.
And then we forgot to ask him, and he was driving away, and we ran up to his car, and he's just like, Jesus, what are you doing? And I was like, roll down your window, and he's just like, what? And I'm just like, well, we're shooting a movie, and you didn't really ruin it. But you want to be in it? And he's just like, I just walked in, and I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And he rolled up his window and he drove away.
That's the only
Get
uncredited
away
credit.
from me!
He's just like, I don't have any money. What do
Did you
want?
have signs on the doors?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was the deal. Like, he still had to have the store open for
Right.
business.
Oh, he didn't want to turn anybody away.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Which worked out completely, like I said, because like the regulars that would come in here, they'd be like, "You guys shooting a movie or something?" And we're like, yeah, you want to be in it? Like, we need people right now.
So are you going to be getting any independent distribution on this?
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh,
Why, you
I would
offering?
love that. I'd love that. Oh, that'd be
I don't
amazing.
have to cha-ching, you know. But
How are you distributing it right now? Are you selling it?
Well,
Are you giving away?
We're going to be in Threadbare Festival in Charlotte next weekend, and then hopefully he'll back from more festivals over the summer, and then maybe self-releasing.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the
So
only
this
plan
isn't
right now.
coming out next weekend. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So is there a website where you're putting up other screenings and stuff?
Well, there's 3 websites to check out. There's Crummy Media on Facebook. There's the Buy Sell Trade Facebook page, which is facebook.com/buy sell trade movie. Oh, that's another hang up. You want to hear? This is really funny. If you name your movie Buy Sell Trade and you make a Facebook page called Buy Sell Trade. I got 17 messages from Karen in Georgia who has a mattress she's trying to get rid of, and I'm like, Karen, this is a movie, and she's just like, but it comes with a box spring, and I'm like, no, it's an independent film, Karen. Like,
Are there any stains on it?
But how clean is that box spring?
how clean is it? Yeah. So that I've had.
Like,
I
are we
saved
talking
them.
California King or?
Right. There's
you know?
differences. Step up your game, Karen. If you ever see this.
All right. Does anyone have any questions for these two? This is your Q&A for their movie.
Yes.
Was this idea, was it at all like autobiographical?
Was this movie at all biographical? How was it influenced? Is that your question?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I worked in a video game store for about a year, and Brandon's the one who wrote it, which is kind of funny because but then I threw in ideas and stuff, and then Calvin, the owner of the store, threw in ideas, and true life experience of working in that environment helped flesh out the storyline and the script. They're just having a conversation why aren't you checking DVDs while you're doing sketches?
Why don't you actually work?
Right. And no, my parents aren't. Well, they're kind of annoying, but my parents are not mean or horrible people. So my dad watched this
Well, they're kind of
twice, and he's-
annoying because I'm totally shooting this on their Facebook.
Yeah, do it. Tag me in it. No, my dad asks me every single time he sees this, he's just like, why is the dad such a dick? And I'm just like, because if he's a nice guy, you just help him. You know what I mean? There's no there's no.
Yeah. It's not about my dad. It's the character's,
It's the character's
dad.
Man, it sounds like a lot of problems and issues behind the scenes. Did you take time to booze up any or anything like that? You know.
I was super sick during the filming of this. So the cough syrup scene where he drops it, I was actually drinking that cough syrup to get healthy because I was
yeah,
super sick during that.
And
All right.
The pint of Captain Morgan I drank one night after shooting.
Right on, right on.
All right. I saw a couple more questions. Go ahead.
What is it?
Foam core.
Phone core?
That was a comment. Foam core makes great white balance cards, and it does absolutely. Another thing I bring is a full white a sheet. That way, if you have to white balance on a stage and and your camera is all the way in the back, you can make it big as you need. But
Yeah, white balancing.
Or
Why
he's
didn't we
wearing
think
a
of
white
that?
shirt, just turn around and get a
yeah.
shot.
But if you're if you're shooting a graduation or something, or I used to shoot for drama classes
they
and
get in
stuff,
proper,
or I'll shoot for a Miss America pageant, but not the actual Miss America. But yeah, that's
Okay.
what we used to use. We used to use blankets. That way we can make it as small or as big as we need it.
Right.
But foam core, absolutely, yes.
If you can
I saw
afford it.
one more question. Oh, go ahead, sir.
So overall, how long from free all the way to the end? How much did it take?
How long was the process from writing it, from perception, to edited, done, stick fork at me?
Oh, the writing was probably, that was just me, my fiance was just like, you gotta just write something. And I'm like, all right. And so I started writing something, and then every once in a while I'd just be like, oh shit. And I'm like, I'm only on page 30? What the are you kidding? And then I'd go and I'd be writing my ass off, and then I'd go, page 32. Are you serious? So the writing, I think, took the longest for me. That took probably a week and a half of just trying.
Oh,
hard
it
to
took
write
me so long. It took a week and a half.
Right. Yeah.
See, that's the question. Another one. How do you get past your writer's block?
I got a serious case of writer's block right now, but
Usually people, the thing I hear the most of is people work on something else, and they usually have 3 or 4 projects they juggle with.
Which we have a project that we're going to be working on here soon, a new
That
one.
I've been writing since 2009.
He's got real writer's block.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's finished now.
That movie coming out.
Next next year, hopefully. I mean,
Yeah, next year.
Come back to TromaDance next year. We'll find out.
I think you need some booze.
No, but filming took, to go back to your question, filming took like a week and a half, probably, what, like 9, 10 days?
Yeah.
9, 10 days of, what is that
Maybe
term?
less.
It's principal photography is what they
Yeah.
say. And then, yeah, and then the editing, he spent hours and hours and hours. How many hours do you think, roughly?
I lost count.
Lost count of the hours, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so it took, I'd probably say the whole process with like writing and everything else, like a month.
Okay, and shooting was a week, and editing was.
Probably 2 weeks.
Probably like 2-3 weeks.
So that's
3
really
weeks.
fast. You got it all done in about 3 months, pretty much.
Good
Yeah,
for an
yeah.
indie
That's
production.
that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Good,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, one more time. Where can people find Crummy Media at?
Yeah, Crummy Media, go ahead.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram be the best.
And just search for Crummy Media on there.
Yep, just search for Crummy Media. And like I said, Buy Sell Trade has a page on Facebook, so
Yeah, if you search for Crummy Media on YouTube, let me know how that click hole holds up.
That's very true. That's very
Crummy
true.
Media on Instagram, too.
Yeah, I don't know if it is. Is it
All
on
right.
Instagram? I don't know.
All right, fantastic. Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you guys
If
so
you have
much.
any more questions, grab them, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have a very interesting documentary that's going to be playing today. Let's bring this gentleman and your mother, right? Yes. Okay.
My name's Jack Truman. I'm the director of the documentary film The Old Stripper. The Old Stripper?
The old stripper. So everyone
What?
getting
What?
up and
Stripper?
leaving, they're now turning around.
Sex? We're
'cause-
talking about sex,
No,
people.
we're talking about an old stripper. So
And
you
I'm
might
the old
wanna-
stripper.
All right, hey, sex.
I'm featured in the film, The Old Stripper, Opal
Everybody
Doctrine.
stick around for sex
And
talk.
actually, our film's going to be starting like in about 10 minutes or so over here. But yeah, actually, we made a feature film documentary about this, and it's having its world premiere next week at a film festival in Des Moines.
Okay.
And so what I did was I made a 9-minute short film version to help
right.
promote the feature. And this one in about 10 minutes, this is the world premiere of the short. So.
Oh wow! Because usually when people make a short version, it's usually to try to get money for the feature length.
Right.
So you already had the feature length done.
Yes, yes. So it took about, the process was, it took me several years. Like you were saying, Opal here, she's my mother. She was a burlesque dancer for over 20 years back in the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
And as a child, I grew up in that environment. So this has been a passion project of mine for some time to travel the country, visit her old dancing cities from yesterday.
Oh wow!
And we visited all 48 states, coast to coast, and interviewed dancers, young and old, in every state.
Now,
And,
burlesque is such an art that goes way back when, and it's a respected form as well. I've seen the burlesque dancers here in Detroit every now and again. They've got the new,
Including today.
But yeah, the new stuff coming up and everything. The young kids, the young girls, bringing on their talents to the old guard and everything. Now, what got you started into burlesque?
Well, what got me started was I had to raise my 2 kids by myself, and I didn't get any child support, and so I was working 3 jobs, and so that's basically how I got into it. And I just got inducted into the Burlesque Hall of Fame in Las Vegas also. But
just this last week.
yeah. Actually, it was out of desperation. Like my factory job, that was the babysitter's check, so I wanted to raise my kids at least till they were 18 to take care of themselves, and I liked it. And so I worked at it for 20 years, so I liked it too. So and they want to book me in different places now since we've been to different clubs and stuff. So I'm going to get back into it.
Do you ever go to burlesque dancing today and see if there's any kind of difference or like?
Yeah, actually, when we were filming this movie, we were invited to different places to watch the burlesque dancing today, and it's night and day. It's as far as how it used to be. You want to talk a little bit about that?
We have reactions on film.
A little bit. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, today they do like 4 to 6 minutes. They get up there and dance around a little bit, do a little thing, and then take their top off. Back when I was dancing, we did 15 to 20 minute show.
Wow.
Ours was a show, But all theirs together is a show. But we did there was 4 dancers a night, and each one was 15 to 20
Now,
minutes
my
at
question
least.
would be here, how many costumes would you change through during one evening, during several performances? How many costumes did you have?
Usually 4
Okay.
different costumes. Yeah.
So it was 4 shows of 20 minutes apiece, pretty much.
Yeah, 15 to 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a
It was like the old
workout.
Gypsy Rose Lee day. We come up with
Oh,
the
yeah.
feathers, the gowns, and like
Yep.
that. Yeah. It wasn't just get up there and dance around and take your top off.
Now, I'm curious, were there any film producers way back when who happened to catch you in your performances?
No.
No? Oh.
No.
So how were you able to put that in the documentary if you didn't have any?
Well, what I did was I traveled around and I interviewed these different dancers.
Right.
And then some of the clubs we were invited to, I was able to film parts of performances and things like that to interweave in the documentary.
Okay.
So, but this has been like a passion project of mine because, I mean, that's what I come from. It's my roots. I grew up around nudity and pornography. So,
But how weird was it? Because at one point you had been on a search for pictures or some sort of film or something. How how did that go? Asking, hey, do you have any pictures of my mom doing danceless dancing or
No,
anything?
no,
I don't want to see
actually-
these pictures. I'd rather see these pictures.
no, actually, I have. We have pictures from back in the 60s, 70s, 80s when she danced.
Okay.
And then for us, it was we traveled around the country as mother and son visiting these places.
Excellent.
So with her as the main subject.
Now,
So
have you all ever traveled outside the country, performed in France or anywhere in Europe? Or
The only place I ever traveled out of the country was in Newfoundland, province of Canada. I
Okay.
could have, but I didn't want to be away from my kids that long.
Because
And he
I've-
didn't need
yeah.
pictures of me because he'd seen me on stage when he was little.
yeah, I remember when I was in grade school, 6, 7 years old, I would be backstage with the other dancers and I'd be able to see her off in the distance doing her show. But I'd be on the floor in the dressing room playing board games like Monopoly, checkers, things like
Oh,
that.
how about that?
With the other
Let's play some
dancers.
Candyland
And,
in the back
yeah,
room,
they were nude. I mean, that's what I grew up around. I never thought anything about it.
So, Mark, do you want to share anything about you being a child of a performer?
Well, yeah, I remember way back when performing with, in front of the RSO crowds or whatever it was. And being real small, I met Carl Ballantyne, the old comedian.
USO, I believe.
Yeah, USO.
Yeah.
And also, I believe it was Mama Cass picked me up and gave me a great big fat hug. A long time ago. I was like, you're a little kid. I traveled over in Europe, and the whole thing about burlesque and nudity is not so demonized. So it's accepted as mainstream. Whereas over here in America, it's become so demonized, so taboo, ooh,
Yeah.
we saw a nipple, oh my gosh, so how do you handle some locations where you go to where they're so offstandish or legalistic or dogmatic or whatever?
Well, different states I went to had different laws. Most of them we could go nude, completely nude. But every once in a while, you go to a state where you had to wear pasties. But today, the girls, they all wear pasties that we went to. But
Wow.
there was different rules, like some you could take off the G-string, some you couldn't. You couldn't show any hair, and some you could. It's just different rules for different states.
And different rules for back in the 70s
Yeah.
than
So we
today.
just went by the rules, unless they wanted to test the law, and then we got busted and tested the law.
Now, a lot of burlesque dancers had a trademark maneuver or show item that they
Yeah,
used.
mine was, I was known as the upside down girl because I did yoga. I incorporated yoga into my act, and I did a headstand, so I was branded the upside down girl. That's what I went by.
Oh, sweet. So a lot of fitness in there too. It isn't just going up there and hey, boys and girls. You're actually working out.
Yeah, and we had to
sweating up a
be,
storm.
today, they do what they call celebrate all bodies types.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're overweight, you have tattoos. Back then, we couldn't have tattoos, we couldn't have tan lines. If you gained a little bit of weight, you didn't work.
Now-
And so it's completely different now.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude or anything, but I'm going to ask you, around what area is your A? around what?
I'm 72 years old.
You're an inspiration to a lot of younger girls. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I bet a lot of young ladies out there, like, I hope I'm as nimble as she is when I'm at 72.
Yeah, we've got to head to our show.
Okay,
in a minute.
let's grab a question or two before. Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Why did you quit?
Oh, the only reason
When
I
did you
quit,
quit? When?
I quit when I was 44 years old. I was still dancing, but I thought, well, I need to get something for my future because back then, 40 was old. And so I got a job being a long-distance telephone operator. And I was glad I did because right then is when the lap dancing was starting and everything, and the kind of dancing I did was going out of style.
And that was late 70s, early 80s?
The late 80s.
Late 80s, okay.
uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only reason I
Any other
quit.
questions before they have to run? Go ahead.
No, actually, it's
Where's your documentary available at?
right now. We're keeping everything updated through our Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to Facebook and just do a search for The Old Stripper, you'll go right to it. But
Are you sure? Did you try this when searching? Because I'm afraid what else would come up.
no, it comes right up.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, next week is the world premiere of the feature.
Okay.
At the Interrobang Film Festival in Des Moines.
Okay.
And then
that already happened by this time this comes out, but
okay, but yeah, after that, we're just starting it on the film festival circuit. So we're this summer it's going to be playing around a handful of festivals, but this fall's lining up to be pretty crazy.
okay.
So.
And you're going to keep that updated and make sure you
Yes.
actually have events posted and shared on your page. That way people can just click that event tab
Great.
and get all the information right from the horse's mouth from that event if
That'd
you
be great.
share it as your own.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
go there and look, and if it isn't up, I'm going to complain.
All right, we got one more question. Are you guys locally? Oh, it's a good
You
one.
danced in Detroit.
I danced in Detroit. I danced a theater downtown. I don't remember the name of it.
Well, you guys
Then I
don't live
danced at
here.
the
I
Wood
heard you guys
Six on-
traveled a little bit to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we came here from Missouri. We're
From Missouri.
Southwest Missouri. Yeah, so about a 700-mile jaunt.
So you drove from Missouri for this film festival.
Yes.
That
Because
very
it's our,
glad
Because
you-
it's our premiere.
very glad you guys came.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. The Old Stripper!
Okay, and there goes the rest of the audience. All right.
Hey, it's hard to compete against the Old Stripper.
Oh yeah, we can't compete. We're not even gonna pretend that we're competing. So thank you. So speaking of we can't compete with some of the shows on DV radio. There are so many good shows on there. They got Struggle Brothers,
PTS Dog.
Disgruntled Discussions, Contraband, and of course their flagship show Barracks Talk, which I listen to live every Saturday night.
Yeah, you gotta get hip with that because Toaden's on there and you can ask him any question you want to.
Sometimes I'm on there, but I'm on the chat though. Oh man, their chat. You just
Yeah, I
joined
was
the
on
chat for the first time.
Yeah. It was, at first I was going like, duh, I'm a real troglodyte at technology. But I got on. It was fun.
Yeah, and what's really cool is not only on Tuesday night to 7 p.m. Eastern, listen to our show and talk to us. Like, even if you already listened to that episode, you can talk to us and re-listen, and you never know what we're talking about in the chat room. It's a whole different world, and it's really cool. Just that interaction there.
Oh, yeah. It's like it's the email thing, but it's a chat. And it's fun. And spontaneous.
All right, so big thank you to TromaDance Detroit. Big thank you for them for getting us here. Thank you to Ghostlight letting us use their stage.
Yeah.
I mean, we came in here, we were expecting like a little tiny table, and that's what they were going to give us at first. And then we were like, well, we don't know what we're going to do. We walked back to the bar and like, hey, you could use the stage. Like, sweet. So big thanks to the sound guy. Big thanks to everyone here.
Yeah, Gary.
Yep. Tip your waitresses, all the people watching The Old Stripper.
Buy lots of happy burgers.
Never thought you'd hear that sentence in your life. I'm sorry, you lost your audience to The Old Stripper.
It happened. No, actually it doesn't.
There's no shame. It's actually kind of almost a bragging thing that.
Awesome.
I'm curious.
What are you curious about?
The old stripper. What was your
Okay.
film?
We did Bloody Sunday.
Bloody
Okay. Would you like to
Sunday.
talk about it for a minute?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, come on up. All right, Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday.
We got a microphone right here.
There you go.
Ah, they don't want to trip. Hey, we just had an old stripper, 70 years old, jump up from that side.
Oh man.
I got bad knees, dude. I'm old and I'm shitty.
So you can't do
All right, so
dancing.
go ahead and
Oh, well.
introduce yourselves here in your movie.
My name is Cody LaRue, and I wrote and directed Bloody Sunday. And this is
I'm Keith, music, and I played Baby Brother.
Okay. Did that movie already play today?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah. It was a
Okay.
20-minute short.
was that the one with the, what is it? Was it, which one was it?
It was about a killer ice cream man.
Oh,
and,
that was playing when we walked in.
Oh, man,
Oh,
yes.
so I'm a big fan of Pete and Pete. And I noticed that you might have get a little Easter egg.
Yeah. We bought. So I bought that van we used for the ice cream truck, which was just horrible, like 89 40 Econoline van, and then we painted it.
Horrible again. It is beautiful.
I mean, okay, it was we painted it, and yeah, I did Mr. Tasty from The Adventures of Pete and Pete, and actually you're the first one who brought it up who noticed it, so I think that's pretty sweet. And then that thing, we finished filming the movie, and that sat outside of my house for eight
Nice.
months, and the neighbors, I think, did not like it.
We had some people at our house one night for a Halloween party, and we got stuck in the front yard, and that was really great because we just had people driving down the street and staring at it, and that was great. That was fantastic.
Yeah, how much repair work on the truck did you have to do?
None.
Yeah, actually,
Done.
I bought it for $800, and I bought it in Grand Rapids, and we live in Flint. Shameless plug to Flint Rat Films. That's our YouTube. So we had to drive back to Flint, and it drove great. And the thing was awesome. I didn't want to get rid of it, but it was painted like a real creepy ice cream truck. And
Nice.
Creepy
Well,
trucks.
Quick side story, really quick side story. I love Midwest Haunters Convention, and last time I went there was like 2 years ago. And one of the ice cream trucks for their truck thing that came up for a big zombie walk, big Columbus zombie walk, was Twisted Ice Cream, which modeled their ice cream truck after the video game. What video game is that?
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Sweet
And
Tooth.
there was, now keep in mind, the zombie walk is with a haunters convention for haunted house actors and such. And there was an actor that came dressed as the clown, knew nothing about the truck knew nothing about him. We saw it, we're like, get in there. The employees were like, get in there. And we heard the owner flipped his lid and cursed that he couldn't be there. But they took pieces of my video and used it for, apparently they're asking if they use it for promotion. I don't know if they ever did, but just quick side story, you never know what's gonna happen.
No, that's awesome. I think at that point that dude should own the
Hey,
truck.
wait a minute here. What inspired you to make Bloody Sunday?
You know, I don't know where Dylan is, who's my producer, but we wanted to do a short, and we were just like trying to think of like what would be a cool killer, and then we're like, oh, kill Ice Cream Man, and then people were like, oh, that's been done, which I didn't know. There's a movie apparently with Ron Howard's brother, Clint.
Oh,
Clint
I
Howard.
love Clint Howard. He's in everything anyways. But yeah, Clint Howard's amazing.
He did a movie where he's a kill Ice Cream Man. I still haven't seen it, but I was like, whatever, I don't care.
He's in everything. That doesn't
Right.
narrow it down.
Yeah, I still didn't watch. I purposely didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to accidentally steal anything from it. So
Yeah.
But we just thought it'd be a cool idea to see the guy in the classic Ice Cream Man costume murdering people, and so we just.
So
threw a
that's
bunch of money at that.
pretty much the base. I walked in the middle of it, so I didn't see everything. I did see kind of like a what seemed to be like a family and friends around a picnic table.
Yeah, like a lot of it is essentially, it's pretty heavily an homage to like 80s like slashers and everything. Like
Texas
that.
Chainsaw Massacre, especially the end scene, is a very definitely an homage to that.
Now, who was wearing the mask and the whole? Okay, so and it's like, just get for mother.
Yeah, he's
Man, that
baby
was-
he's baby brother in it. So he's at the end. It's kind of alluded to that they've been driving around the country like doing this over and over again
Now your
to different
special
people.
your special effects. What were you using for the basis of your special effects? The
So
blood and stuff.
it depends, the scene. So when we did the squibs where the blood sprayed out, a buddy of mine who actually, you guys were in there later in the film, but he was one of the actors in it too. But he created the blood. Basically he bought an air compressor and had all these tubes, and
Nice.
it was a nightmare to film because that last scene we shot it one night because we weren't paying anybody. So we're like, give us one night. It was from 7 at night till 3 or 4 in the morning, and it's like 2 in the morning, and we're trying to load up the squib to do the part where the cop gets shot, and he ended up
Right.
like unloading the whole squib just on me, and I'm holding the camera, and I was so pissed off.
Oh man. Did anybody get on the camera?
Yeah, but it was okay. But it was more just like all of us were just at our wits' end at that point because we were so tired. But it ended up turning out actually, I ended up liking that scene.
Now
quite
that's
a bit.
actually a little dangerous having squibs going off, especially when you're all tired. Did you have someone like supervising this?
No.
No adults.
We've never had anybody supervising any of our special effects ever. We're just always throwing caution to the wind.
And that was at least, it was a pneumatic squib, so it was air. Usually I'm just like, I'll just tape a bunch of firecrackers to myself with some,
Yeah. Pyro gore.
yeah,
Please
almost
say you
blew off
got
my
video
nipple.
of you taping the firecrackers on you.
You have one on YouTube from when you were like 13 years old.
I should post it. I have one from when I was in like 11th grade and I was trying to do a squib and I put some blood in my under my shirt and I just dropped a pack of firecrackers into my breast pocket and lit it and I almost like blew off my nipple.
We want more pyro gore.
But it was a cool scene. It looked good, except that you can see I'm like visibly like horrified that my nipple might be gone.
Nah, you won't miss it.
It's still there. It's still totally connected.
You checked.
Yeah, it doesn't serve a function anyways. I could stand to lose a nipple.
I keep checking on it.
Yeah, as long as it wasn't down the torso, you're good.
Okay, and this was filmed in Flint?
Yeah, yep, basically all around Flint.
Yeah.
Wow, Flint has so much stuff going on. So were you just at, or was it coming up, the Flint horror movie? That just happened, right? The
That
horror-
actually, they do that's like later in the year, so we
Okay,
didn't get
that's
that one
in
done.
October.
Yeah, we didn't get that one done in time to submit
Okay.
it last year, and then so we're gonna submit it this year.
Okay,
gotta
I
think
know
about-
they just did another horror movie screening of some stuff like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did a showing. We
Yeah,
did
who
like
was
a little
it?
premiere
Jeff
there.
Swerden? Just
Oh
told
yeah,
me
I know
about-
Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff's a good guy.
Yeah, they're going to be doing a Flint Fall Fest coming up in, I believe, in October.
Yeah.
So just get in touch with Randy Zimmerman. You never can
Yeah,
tell.
actually, I'm friends with. There's like so many of these people because there's not,
We're
it's such a small
throwing these
community.
names and you already know them.
I don't.
So
but here's
still-
the thing: is I don't even like know him. It's like people I'm like, oh, I'm friends with that guy on Facebook, and I've never talked to Jeff in person.
It's just people a lot of the time people we get drunk with at a bar.
Well, I'm gonna give you guys some because I just some shameless promotion here. I'll give you guys some
All right.
stickers so you can Google us and check us out. Just Google Flint Rat Films and you'll be able to find.
Okay,
the,
say it one more time. Flint.
Flint Rat
Check it
Films.
out.
Okay, see, I'm downriver rat, so.
There you go.
Well, I'm from downriver, but
Yeah, no. So you can
Flint
if you find
Rats.
we've got the full feature length on well, it's not a feature length. We've got the full cut of it, which was a couple minutes longer than the one in here that we had to cut shorter to get under 20 minutes. But it's on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing on there. And
Oh, fantastic!
Sweet.
One more time, give the number one website or Facebook or YouTube, wherever you want people to go.
if you, it's just youtube.com/FlintRat. But if you search Flint Rat Films, you'll find our Facebook, our YouTube, Twitter. That we don't update. We update Facebook, and we try to keep on top of it. But yeah, you'll be
Okay.
able to find it all if you just Google Flint Rat.
Sir, you're looking really intently. Do you have any questions for them?
He's actually our editor, so
Okay, so all right, so
editor.
you have this is your
Get up here.
opportunity.
Come here.
Yeah, come up. Oh, and he's got a rat tattoo. That's awesome.
The editor does all the work.
a rat tattoo. It was done Monday.
So you just
All hail the editor. The editor does all the work.
Hold this up.
All right, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen one.
Yuki.
Yeah, it echoes like this.
Yeah. Yeah. I met these guys about.
What's
You
your
know
name?
what?
Say your name again.
Hey, I'm Ethan, and I am one of the 2 editors for Flint Rat Films. I actually didn't do the editing for Bloody Sunday, but I was really
visual effects.
visual effects. But I
Still.
was jealous that I couldn't edit the whole thing. But Dominique demanded to edit it.
Wow, and you have a rat tattoo now. Is
Yep.
this? Bradley, can we get a close up of this or?
Here we go.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
is a rat
moving
tattoo. I got
camera.
it done Monday, so it's still fresh and right now getting to the point where it's starting to get super itchy.
And that's for Flint Rat Films, or you're like,
It kind of like it was more for because like when I met,
am I back in focus?
I got it because I met these guys.
Okay.
Like, my life got like significantly better, and I actually got the job that I have now making commercials through them. So
on, talk
I
about dedication.
just
Sweet.
got it as a reminder of like, hey, your life's better and it was because of Flint
Aw,
Rat.
so you used your work with them to help get you paying gigs.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that's the end result that we all look for.
Oh, yeah.
Except I'm the only one that's gotten a paying gig from it. So
Got to pay the rent.
Fuck you.
And there it is.
Keith doesn't like me. Yeah, Keith doesn't really like me. He's never liked me, and I think he doesn't want me to be around.
Okay, so let's go over roles. You were well. You're an editor, but you didn't quite edit. You didn't edit this one. You were visual effects, and you wrote it.
Yeah, directed it.
You wrote and directed it, and so you acted and.
I acted in this one. I didn't.
Use the microphone that way. Future people can hear.
I acted in this one. In some of the other productions we've done, I've acted in those as well, and then I've done some like sound design and music work on some of the other things we've done.
Okay, and I really commend you for being able to sit in the audience and not ask the most asinine questions, because I've done that during Q&A portions.
Well, I know everything about them, so I don't need to ask questions about them.
So how many movies together have you guys worked on?
So, we also have a series that we do called Regular Dudes. That was for a while probably our main focus. We've done 3-4 episodes of that. I think 4. Yeah, we've done 3 or 4 episodes of that. We've done a whole host of shorts. This is probably the biggest project that we've seen through to completion. And since then, we've kind of backed off working on some smaller projects until we can kind of find the next thing that we're working on. But, we're always trying to do stuff. We've probably been doing this for 2 or 3 years now. And, it's something we just kind of try to stay at as consistently as we can.
More pyro gore.
Actually, I bought a thing of tanner. You guys know what tannerite is? It's like that explosive you buy that's like you can get it at gun shops. It's like this powder, and the only way to detonate it is you have to shoot it with like a high velocity round. We were trying to film a movie years ago, and
Blasting caps work too.
Yeah, well, this is supposed to be like it's supposed to be really stable because
Primer cord also works.
See, yeah, well, this is supposed to be.
Marine Corps. That's how I know
That's
these.
it.
I was friends with some EOD guys. That's how I know.
And blues. Well, so basically, I have a bucket of this stuff, and I really want to blow something up with it. But like, I've really been wanting to make a movie to blow up a car in forever. Like, it was like the original plan was we bought this van, and we're like, we're gonna film this movie, and then we'll repaint it, and we'll film one more movie, and we're gonna blow it up. But I just loved the van too much that I was like, I can't blow it up. I grew too emotionally attached to it, so I ended up selling it.
So what did you blow up instead?
Nothing. I still have this bucket of tannerite. So if you guys have any ideas of what to blow up, I'm listening.
I don't know, but let us know when you do.
I thought you were just going to say lettuce.
Yeah.
What kind of bad...
Let's blow up a bunch of lettuce.
It wasn't important.
All I know is you might want some supervision for that one.
Yeah, well, that's partially
I like
why we
what
did
you've
it.
done in the past.
Yeah, that's why we did it. I was like I really wanted to, but then I just started thinking of like, what happens when the door flies off the van and cuts Keith in half?
That's going to be tight. And if you don't have a fucking camera on me when I get cut in half, I'm going to be so mad.
Hey, red makes green.
Hey, you should be dressed as Darth Maul when that happens.
I mean, that's good. I don't want to pander too much,
I just want to point out Dylan did put his shoulder out of socket getting out of that van.
That's true.
Yeah, that hurt some people.
And that was on film, so I have video of that happening.
Ow.
It happens all the time to him, though, I guess.
Yeah. No, yeah, that just happened in a pool one time. He just hurts himself all the time.
Now, how do you put yourself back into place? I mean, was it just like yanking some more or what?
Yes, that's exactly what he does, and it's a horrifying thing to watch.
There we go. There we go. Bane!
Yeah, any more questions?
No, none.
All right, any questions from the audience? All you guys, mostly everything you guys film is horror and comedy, I take it?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, any questions for these Flint Rats? Okay.
Resounding, though.
Hey, thank you for coming on. Appreciate it. I will look you guys up. You can find us at MediaLitterSandwich.com. Feel free to grab some of our literature or whatever, cards. All right. One more time, thank you to TromaDance Detroit. Thank you to Planet Ant. Thank you to Ghostlight. Thank you to everyone that came out and was hanging out. And thank you all those. Thank you to Turtle Trinkets that can come out today, but there are normal sponsors. So if you guys ever want, maybe you want to get some manual pins made and you need someone to hook you up or to connect you with people, reach out to Turtle Trinkets or they have, oh man, maybe someone's looking for some pop culture stuff for their kids and don't want to pay the outrageous prices at Walmart.Maybe you want to go check out Turtle Trinkets. If you see something you like on their Facebook page, just go ahead and hit up Dave and maybe you can reach to a thing. But last time, thank you to our sound guy.
Gary!
Gareth, I believe. Garrett.
Garen.
Darren.
Darren.
Why did I think start with a G?
It's all right. It's cool. It's a cool sounding name.
Darren!
All right, Darren, Gary, Gareth, all three of them up there. Thank you very much. Darren, no, really appreciate it. Mark, do you have anything last?
Man, like you were saying, if you want to get all these links and everything, you go check out Media Litter Sandwich and our Facebook page. If you link up.
We will put in our show notes. We'll put all our interviews, websites in the show notes.
And there's a link up through the site, too, also at MediaLitterSandwich.com. So you go there for all your delicious sandwich things and wants and desires.
And of course, where can they find your website and your TV show and everything?
CrazyMark.com.
And you can find more about me at Toaden.com. And of course, for our cameraman, big thank you to Third Hand B14, which streams on Mixer, and I don't care what else you stream. I'm obsessed with Sea of Thieves, so you have to play more Sea of Thieves. What's the game that you're currently playing? The Conan game?
No, Ark.
Ark. You're still playing Ark? Yeah. Okay, you're playing with dinosaurs, though, so that's cool. Yeah. All right, well, hey, everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed our discussion, and may the algorithms be in your favor.